Hello, welcome. Okay, hold on, hold on. We just get our camera privileges back. Our privileges. All right, hello though. Welcome. How's everyone doing? There we are. It's looking a little empty over there on the left side, isn't it? You know what? Let's just put this one over there. Hello, how's it going? Welcome. Let's start by saying hello. Start by saying hello to everybody. Majestic Potato, first, welcome. Plague Doctor, hello, welcome. Night Wolf, hello. Amphibious Stug, hello. Mao, hello, welcome. Matilda, howdy. Plague Doctor, did you hear a voice? You did. You did hear voice. Hello. Hello. AR 180. We do have AR 180-ish on the table. This is the Brownells BRN 180, which is basically just modernized AR 180. But I'm a big fan. Big fan of this gun. Nice 18-inch barrel. You can see sticking out over on the other side of my head. Sticks out of my ear sometimes. We also have CP33. The Rost Martin, and Heiser, because apparently the Heiser has to live on stream now. Are those Nikkei waifu? Maybe. At least these two are both Girls Frontline. I think they added CP33 to Girls Frontline. They added some Keltec to Girls Frontline recently. And I don't remember which it is. I don't know. Oh, it might have been the rifle version. Like the CMR 30. I think that's what they added. Oh, are the patches Nikkei? No, the patches are Freerin with the scar. I guess we can hold them up. I have a camera here for a reason, to show cool things. So we have Yor with MP7. And we have a Freerin with a scar. And there are patches. It's got a little cat hair on the back. That's okay. That won't hurt it. I was trying to figure out which Keltec they added last. Girls Frontline. Oh, they added the P50. That's not what I was thinking of, though. Pandora X is the patch maker. Yes, the patches are made by Pandora X. I got them at a convention. They do also have a web store. What's the black pistol on the left? This is a Rost Martin. It's a fairly new company. It's a a compact 9mm. Honestly, this gun right here is not my usual, I guess, MO for buying guns, but it was at a very good price, and so I had to snag. And I've not shot it yet. Maybe I'll go shoot this weekend. We'll see. Is it a lever action company? No, Rost Martin is a brand new company, like just completely. And they make a few different versions of this pistol. You I thought I was saving up, or was that gotcha? Of course I'm saving up. It's just the price was so low that I had to get it. Because I am not immune to impulse buying things at sales that are impossible to pass up. Megalum, hello, welcome. Rule 63. Oh my goodness. All right, there you go. There you go. Is that more what you wanted? Saving for what gun? I am saving for guns that are not yet released. As all good gun autists do. Do you hear Overlord? Yeah, we've got one of the Overlord OSTs in the background. Or OST? I don't know. One of the Overlord intros. You gotta save money for the Kirsche 1911. All right, so hold on. guns we're saving for. Kirsche 1911. The Matador Bullpup 9mm. Literally anything that Daewoo releases. The Gearhead Type 100 clone. Is that it? I think that's it for now. And like a suppressor. But that's yeah. T48. T48 is cool, but not one of the ones I am actively saving for. What guns am I saving for? Yes. Saving for guns that are not out. S&T. Yeah, S&T. It's Daewoo. But they S&T. Yes. Yes, S&T. What is it? It's a Kirsche Chris collab? It's not. She has said that she's working with the company on a 1911. What weapon would Albedo patch use? I don't know. I'm pretty sure they have an Albedo patch. It also might be a not safe for work patch, so we are not going to show on stream scrolling through patches. Oh, it's a bolter. Albedo has a bolter. There you go. She gives For the Emperor vibes. She does. No Foxu vector. Kirsche has the Foxu vector. Can't be letting other people have it too. What will the X count gun collab be? If that happens, that is a very long ways down the road. And I have no idea. I mean, ideally, the perfect X count collab gun would be a new platform of weapon. But even I know that's not practical. Website? The patch website is Pandora X. I don't know their website URL. I already closed it. If you search Pandora X on Google, you get it. Not the bat for hello. Hello, welcome. All right, chat. All right, chat. It's time to get into the things that I wanted to talk about today, of which I do have a few things to talk about. And the first one does a bit have to do with Kirsche. And so, a total Foxu victory. Yes. So first of all, congratulations to the Foxu, to the Korsh, for victory, at least currently, in the smear campaign. Stream says, "Oh boy, do I have things?" Yes. Oh boy, do we have things today. Those who have been here for a while know that every now and then I do this fun little thing on stream called Voop Chat, which is basically like Omegle, except only VTubers. And it's fun, chill kind of thing, you know? Kirsche brought recipes like it was an IRS audit. I saw her Google document. I did not read it. I kind of scrolled through it and I was like, wow. Is this an IRS audit? Because holy goodness. Did I get banned from it? I did not yet get banned from Voop Chat. We'll see what happens after soon. So in Voop Chat, we've got Voop Chat here. Last time I was on, 18 days ago. I used to do this like every week, sometimes twice a week. It's 26 users online, apparently. Basically, on Voop Chat, you talk with random other VTubers. You just kind of chill, just chat. It's like speed collabs. Did they add video capability? They did not. I said this was related to the Kirsche stuff. So I don't know. Hold on. My profile here. We're looking at my profile here. And we have this favorite VTubers section here. This favorite VTuber section. There are two favorite VTubers who used to be on my list here that have mysteriously disappeared, which is clearly mysterious. And in here, you've got, if you want to add, you want to add some favorite VTubers, you will notice that for some reason they have removed Kirsha from even being available as a favorite VTuber. Now, Kirsha used to be available and used to be on here under my favorite VTubers and has since vanished. And you may think, oh, well, this is a byproduct. This is a byproduct of the smear campaign against Kirsha. And, they don't want people to have Kirsha on their favorite VTubers list because it might scare off the people you're speed collabing with. However, there's another VTuber who has also mysteriously disappeared from this list. Kirsha and Smuggalana both used to be up here under my favorite VTubers, and they no longer are on here. They removed them. Pippa's gonna be next then? I don't think so. I don't think they're gonna take Pippa off, because Pippa is quite a bit larger, more popular than both Kirsha and Alana. And they might be able to get away with just kind of dumping those two. No way they remove a corpo VTuber. That's true. Pippa is also part of a corporation. Now, Leaf seems like she might be in danger. But they literally remove them. No Kirsha, no Smuggalana. I used to have both those under my favorite VTubers. And they're gone. They're gone. And down with Fox. Down with Fox racists. Yeah, they're racists against Fox. They don't like foxes. See if Kitsunero is on there. I have no idea who that is. There's Kitsuneko. There's no Kitsunero. This is mostly, so I don't know who Kitsunero is. I don't know if they're a big popular VTuber, but this is mostly pretty popular VTubers. So like, obviously I don't know who all of these are because I'm not like literally a VTuber like index. But there's a ton of VTubers on here. We can probably hit show more just like for most of the stream and just get the whole list of them. another tuber in same vein as Alana and Kirsha. Yeah, I don't know if that one was on here ever, but Kirsha and Smug Alana, I know used to be on here because they used to be in my favorite VTubers list. And they are not anymore. I'm still just hitting show more here just to show you exactly just like how extensive this list is. Like this is still going. Like it's not like Kirsha and Alana just like aren't popular enough VTubers to be on here. This is, they probably just like scrubbed some VTuber wiki. Got all the names. Am I on the list? I'm not on the list. I also am pretty sure I'm not on any VTuber wikis. So. This is, we're still going. But there's some VTubers on here. Hold on, we just passed someone who I recognized. So Yuria. Cute. I think she's a Squid VTuber currently. But in terms of channel size, smaller than Alana, smaller than Kirsha, but on here. Like this list, extensive. Extensive. Is Gotcha there? No. Yeah, so I don't know what the source. I don't know the source of this list. I don't know what it is. Wherever this list comes from, it is very long though. And both Kirsha and Alana used to be on it. It would be funny if they accidentally nuked the Fox tag VTubers and it was really bad timing for the oopsie. But there's other Fox VTubers on here. Silvervale. Cinder. I guess they're hounds dog VTubers. Cinder's on here. Cinder's on here. But they took Kirsha and Smug Alana off. Have I tried pinging Hydro to ask? I have not yet. So Hydro reached out to me a couple days ago in a Discord thread, asking me about my lack of selected interests here. Because in here they've got gaming, like both genres and titles. They've got some anime and some art things. So, chat, you may not know this, but I don't play a lot of video games on stream. So since this is like a VTuber thing, I don't want to like mark down video games. Because like I don't play video games on stream really. Interests, autism. So I didn't mark down any games. I didn't mark down any anime because honestly, because the anime selection is very limited. And the anime that I would mark down is pretty niche anyways. Like the only anime that I might put on here that is pretty mainstream but isn't on here is like Spy Family. And that's not here. And art, I don't do art. You have a REM 1911. I do have a REM 1911. but I don't want to put ReZero because I don't want to interact with the fan base. ReZero, very good series, as long as you don't interact with the fan base. Honestly, that's how a lot of anime are. My Hero Academia, honestly, enjoyed the show. Fan base, keep that far away from me. Not even Full Metal Alchemist. I haven't watched Full Metal Alchemist. I'm not gonna mark down an anime I haven't watched. And so Hydro reached out to me. He's like, hey, saw you didn't have any interests marked down. Is there something we can add? So that you can have some interests. I'm like, oh yeah. You know, most the I don't play any games on stream. I do think it's been like 4 months since I've played a video game on stream. And so I'm probably not going to put a video game down. Anime, I watch weird niche animes, but like if you want to put in like Jormungandr or something, then like yeah, I'll select it, but no one will know what it is. I did say that that if you put in Spy Family, I'd grab that one. And then also in this same thread that I was reached out to on, I said, hey, I noticed that the favorite VTubers section is missing Smug-Alana and Kirsha. It would be nice if I could mark them as my favorite VTubers. And then, somehow, mysteriously, the thread that Hydro reached out to me on, because this wasn't in DMs, this was in a Discord thread in the Voop Chat Discord. The Discord thread vanished. It was deleted. I don't know what happened to it. It's gone. The whole thread was deleted. And I don't know what happened to it. And so I need to send Hydra a message just being like, give the benefit of the doubt, always. Always give the benefit of the doubt. You know, maybe it just got deleted as they were cleaning up threads or something. Always give benefit of the doubt. But I need to message and be like, hey, you know, I'm just following up from when you reached out to me in the Discord thread. You know, I would like to be able to express myself through the interests and favorite VTubers section. Is there any update on getting the things on the interests in VTubers added that I mentioned? And kind of, you know, to see where it goes from there. Have you seen their mascot? I don't think it was what that little like axolotl thing. It's a kind of creepy axolotl, their mascot. Hold on. I can find it. Where is it? They posted about it recently on Twitter, I think. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, so this is their mascot. This axolotl, which it's not my preferred art style, but it is well done. Just like I'm not trying to like bash the artists. Like this Well done. Very well done model. It's not, it doesn't meet my fancy. It looks like it came out of Has Been Hotel. It kind of does. It kind of does. Yeah, so this is their mascot in live 2D. Vivi the Diva. You probably could read into that if you wanted to, but we're not we're not gonna do that too much. It does have very nice jiggle physics on its little gills or whatever axolotls have out there. Frills, I think they are gills, like anatomically on an axolotl. I think they are technically gills. I could be wrong about that though. I don't know. I'm not a zoologist. I don't know. I thought it was weird. I just thought it was weird that they removed the two of my favorite VTubers, two of my most watched. I don't know exactly how they're gonna stack up to like total most watched at the end of the year, but they're, I don't know. It's a little strange that they're gone. Just Thanos snapped out of the favorite VTuber link. So strange it is. It is very strange. It is quite strange. And also, if we just want to move straight into my other thing I want to talk about. I've got a lot to talk about for this one. So we can talk about all the background information leading up to it too. Wowee. Okay, chat. So you know, this we're getting a little more into the guns side of things now. We did our drop of VTuber drama. Now it's time for the guns. And perhaps a little bit of drama there. Gotta get your sprinkling of dramas today. Imagine if you told him to add guns tag, add hobbies. Add a hobbies section. I don't know. I don't think VTubers go outside enough to have hobbies. I'd be the only one with a hobby selected. The news though. We've got some spicy guns news. And if you're in the Discord, you probably have seen a taste of it. Ferocious. I think you get banned, honestly. Starting to feel the type of people they actually are. Don't give benefit of the doubts anymore. I always give benefits of the doubt. Because the more benefit of a doubt you give someone, the harder the fall is when they behave poorly. And sometimes they actually like deserve the benefit of the doubt. But if they didn't, then they look extra bad. All right. Suppressors. Suppressors. For those who don't know, which maybe some of you, I did talk about it quite a bit in a stream a few days ago. Potato, I give benefit of the doubt, only because seeing Hydra hang out in Kash's chat more than once. Interesting. Interesting. Would you be opposed to me asking them on Twitter, without mentioning you, why they aren't selectable anymore? If you also are on Voop chat, then I don't mind. Like, you know, as a user reaching out. But as basically just like cold calling them asking, it might not go particularly well. It can always create one. So I think they're still doing for Voop chat. I think you still have to like apply to get accepted. It's like you make your account and you get on their Discord and be like, hey, it's me. I'm not going to be showing peepees on the Discord or on the Voop chat. And like, oh, wow, that's wonderful. And then they let you in. This is too much work. Yeah. Yeah, I think there are some reasons just purely I don't know the word. The word has escaped me. In how Voop chat is run, that is kind of hampering its growth from what it could be. Suppressors though, chat. For those who don't know, a few days ago, I talked about it quite a bit, but in case anyone wasn't here, a few days ago, the Hearing Protection Act and the Short Act were in the Ways and Means Committee to be pushed forward to the House of Representatives to be argued and voted on and all that other political nonsense that they do. And so we had a stream where I was like, hey, you know, everyone call the Ways and Means Committee and call your representatives and be like, hey, I support this thing. And since you represent me, you should support it too. Well, Well, that went honestly about as well as you could have expected, even though it is disappointing. All is not lost. The result of that is that pushed forward in the whatever huge like omnibus like spending package that I'm gonna be honest, I don't care about. I don't care. It's government and taxes and all this kind of nonsense, and politicians always give promises about taxes and it never turns out how they promised, and so I don't care. But within that, they pushed forward a section about suppressors in which they did not remove suppressors from the NFA. They did not do anything about short-barreled rifles or short-barreled shotguns. But what they did do... Wait, my representatives are supposed to represent me as two Democrats? RIP. Honestly, rest in peace, no matter what political side it's on. It's all garbage anyways. What they did push forward is not removing suppressors from the NFA, not removing short-barreled rifles or short-barreled shotguns from the NFA. But what they did do is reduce the tax stamp cost on only suppressors to $0. There goes someone's racer car. Hold on, it's still there. I don't know if you guys can still hear it. So effectively, the $200 tax stamp specifically, only the $200 fee, not the fingerprinting or the photographs or the registration or the law enforcement officer notification. None of that's changed. All of that is still in place. And after receiving hundreds, if not thousands, of calls urging people urging their politicians to push forward the Hearing Protection Act and or the Short Act, all they did was take away a part of the registration process that wasn't even the registration process. Very disappointing. Very disappointing. And absolutely, you should still call your representatives and complain about this. Even if, and this is going to sound strange, even if your representative is from a side of the political aisle that is less friendly towards the issue you care about, there is a near zero, I will be honest, there's a near zero chance of your representative that is on the wrong side of the political line, near zero chance of them voting the way you want. However, there are many bills, many things that have been passed in recent history only because there have been a couple of representatives who voted across the party line with the other side. So even if you don't like your representative and don't feel like they represent you, their job is still to represent you. So you should still tell them what you think. Because maybe, just maybe, probably not, but maybe, they can be that one representative that everyone absolutely hates afterwards, but gets something passed. Funny enough, there might be another avenue of attack, changing it to 0% tax. Taxes are for generating revenue. A $0 tax obviously can't do that. This is true, except the tax for any other weapons has been $5. Like if you're going to go get like a Serbu Super Shorty, the $5 tax, that has been. And I guarantee you that $5 tax does not fund the work that it takes for the government to approve that tax stamp. So did anything happen? So this giant omnibus spending bill that has this neutered version of the Hearing Protection Act tacked onto the butt of it is now in the House and people are arguing over it. And so everyone should contact your representatives and tell them to put in the Hearing Protection Act as written and not this cucked and neutered version of the Hearing Protection Act that's currently in there. That, however, I wish that was the bad news. I wish that was as bad as the nude got. That is harder to prove than 0. 200 likely isn't generating more than the costs of collecting either. That's true. That is true. $200 in today's economy, especially if you're the government, is literally not even worth picking up off the ground as you walk by. Yeah, so that horrible neutered version of the Hearing Protection Act is not the bad news today. It's not the bad news today. The bad news today is that there is a company that makes suppressors that is actively lobbying against removing suppressors from the NFA. Shock. And honestly, that's not as surprising as it should be, but it is still very disappointing. Get them pitchforks ready. Oh, trust me, I have been pitchforking them all afternoon on Twitter. The tax on making silencers was not reduced. That's correct. It is only the tax on if you're going to form for a suppressor. So the tax is changed to $0 only if you are buying a pre-made suppressor. If you're going to make a suppressor at home, you can do an ATF Form 1. You still have to pay the $200 tax. Goody, more Springfield Armory and Bill Ruger's in the industry. Well, luckily, Springfield is no longer an American company, and so we can kind of leave that in the past since they're owned by HS Product now. And luckily, Bill Ruger's dead. That sounds really bad when I say it like that. But Bill Ruger was the one who was really pushing for anti-gun things. So there have been a lot of people, a lot of the gun news reporters who have been reporting on this whole the Hearing Protection Act and trying to rally the people to call their representatives and, you know, to try and get the representatives to listen as much as politicians can, at least. And a lot of them, in their reporting of this new castrated version of the Hearing Protection Act, have said, and I'm going to be honest, they have not named any brand names. So a lot of these gun news reporters, content creators, whatever you want to call them, the article writers and video makers that track gun news, have said that there is an unnamed company that is lobbying against removing suppressors from the NFA. And there are also companies that are, you know, signing these big, like, no compromise letters. They're like, yeah, we want to remove suppressors and short barrel rifles and stuff from the NFA. Since when did HS buy Springfield Armory? HS has owned Springfield Armory for a while now. That's I don't know. That's not super new news. See, so they started partnering in 2001. And I don't know when Springfield stopped being a partner and just became part of HS Products. But Springfield is owned by HS now. Same way that Colt is owned by CZ. All right, there are all of these, like, no compromise kind of letters. There's a couple of these different ones floating around. They've got a whole bunch of different brands signing on. But yeah, we support removing suppressors, removing SBRs from the NFA. And you'll notice on here, like, yeah, there are some companies that don't, like Optics, Gideon Optics. Like, they don't have anything really to gain or lose from SBRs not being in the SBRs or suppressors not being in the NFA, right? But then there's also Silencer Shop in here. So Silencer Shop, in my opinion, absolutely has the most to lose from these NFA items being deregulated. Because Silencer Shop has all those kiosks and all kinds of gun shops all over the country. Silencer Shop is pretty much like the go-to for suppressor transfers. Like, Silencer Shop is huge. And if suppressors and SBRs and SBSs are deregulated, then all those Silencer Shop kiosks will probably be repurposed. But their main purpose, it's gone. It's gone. Silencer Shop would be out of business. I don't think they'd be out of business, because they still are a very large distributor. And I do think that there's a lot they could do to kind of move forward with the times. But Silencer Shop would take a huge hit if suppressors were deregulated. However, they are signed on to here. I can't think of anyone who would take more of a hit than Silencer Shop. It could be I'm not thinking big enough. There could be someone out there who's going to take more of a hit than Silencer Shop. But Silencer Shop seems like the big one. And they're on here. If Silencer Shop can be on here, is signing and at least doing the absolute minimum to push for moving silencers out of the NFA, anyone should be able to do it. Anyone should do it. And so obviously any company on one of these lists isn't going to be one of the companies fighting against it, right? King Panzer, I don't understand it. Don't understand which. Like, why Silencer Shop is pushing for deregulation, or why someone else isn't. The whole thing. So currently there's a big push. We'll try to give you the Spark Notes version. Currently there's a big push to remove suppressors from the NFA. Also short-barreled rifles, short-barreled shotguns, any other weapons. But we're kind of focusing on suppressors right now. Big push to remove suppressors from the NFA. That would basically treat them just as standard firearms. Which would end the registration. It would end the $200 fee. It would end the fingerprinting, the like special paperwork you got to do, the Form 1 or the Form 4. It would eliminate the notification to the chief law enforcement officer. Ads. Oh, we got ads. We got ads. Is Silencer Co. different from Silencer Shop? Yeah, there's a lot of companies that have very similar names, I'm gonna be honest. And I also do sometimes get them confused. So the Silencer Co., Silencer Shop, Silencer Central. Those are probably the big three that start with the word silencer. Was Silencer Co. in support? I don't know. I don't know if they were on this list. I don't see them on this list. I think I have seen them somewhere, though. Yeah, Silencer Co. has been working with GOA. So Silencer Co. has been working with GOA. This one we have here is the No Compromise Alliance. This is just one of the examples that I grabbed. All right, ads are back. Are we back? Are we back from ads? Silencer commented that they and the industry saw a huge dip in business the first time the HPA was introduced to potential customers, waiting until HPA passes to buy. And so that is true. That absolutely did happen. The problem with using that specifically as logic to lobby against the Hearing Protection Act is because that dip in business is going to happen anyways. Like, as soon as people get excited for it, they're going to stop buying suppressors because they're going to want to, save the $200, not be registered, all that stuff. Maybe misread something. Whole fiasco has you heated. It's okay. We're gonna get that. We're gonna get to which company seems to be the traitor company here in just a second. The memory might be spooking some people in the industry. So, real quick before we get back into it. Whenever the Hearing Protection Act starts getting steam, people do stop buying suppressors. It's just something that happens. Companies should use that time to absolutely just put their name out all over supporting the Hearing Protection Act. And then if the Hearing Protection Act passes, then boom, sales everywhere. Everyone who didn't even want a suppressor is now buying a suppressor because they're not regulated the same as they were before. But if you're this company who was, lobbying, supporting, throwing their name out there in favor of removing suppressors from the NFA, and then they don't come out of the NFA, and then what you have, because you don't stop manufacturing product in that time, what you have is a large amount of products, and then you push out sales for it. Because there is a pretty wide margin on suppressors. And so if suppressors don't get removed from the NFA, and you say, oh no, the Hearing Protection Act didn't pass sale. We did our best. Here's our product at a lower price. And then you both have a lot of suppressor sales and you were actually like fighting for the people, and so people view you well. And you're having sales. I guess suppressors being out of the NFA is a good thing. Yeah, so suppressors being out of the NFA. Well, we're gonna repeat for the people who were in ads. I apologize. Suppressors being out of the NFA would just treat them as normal firearms. So to get a suppressor currently, you have to get fingerprinted. You have to submit your Form 4. You have to pay the $200 tax stamp. You have to notify the law enforcement officer. And it is a huge pain, and no one likes it. If you remove suppressors from the NFA, then the current Hearing Protection Act, what it is it just treats them as normal firearms. So you get this just like you would a handgun. Simple background check, which honestly I think is still too much, because it is literally an attachment. This is not a firearm by itself. It can't shoot bullets or make them because they're now unregulated. DIY gets easier. That's true. If they are regulated as regular firearms, then you can make them yourself at home without having to do a bunch of NFA Form 1s. And also, particularly for the 3D printer bros, you can 3D print suppressors. And if they have a very short lifespan, then that's fine, because you didn't pay $200 for it. You just paid a little bit in whatever 3D print material you're using. Yeah, but all that would happen if you remove suppressors from the NFA. Currently, what is being pushed forward is a castrated version of that, which is we're going to take away the $200 fee part, but we're still going to have the registration, the fingerprinting, the Form 1 or the Form 4, the chief law enforcement officer notification, all that. All that's still going to be there. And there's some company out there that is lobbying against removing suppressors from the NFA. And that company, if we just head down into the replies here, so we're gonna read this nice little statement here. So Guns and Gadgets posted this no compromise letter thing signed by a bunch of companies. Silencer Central replied, and they probably replied to it because they got tagged a bunch, because Guns and Gadgets did say tag your favorite can company. You can post whether or not they stand with us, right? So these guys probably got tagged a lot. It's a lot of people down here. So Silencer Central replied, as the nation's largest online retailer of suppressors, we are also one of the largest manufacturers. Our commitment to our customers is unwavering, and we support any effort that reduces barriers to make suppressor ownership more accessible. Which, on its face, sounds pretty good. On its face, that sounds okay, right? That sounds pretty all right. I mean, it's a little bit corporate speak, but whatever. It sounds nice, and it does sounds nice. The problem we're gonna get into here's the one we just read. So that's in response to the Guns and Gadgets no compromise letter that he shared. And here we also have Guns and Gadgets sharing a video. And someone under that, tag Silencer Central, I have purchased 4 cans from you. Where do you stand on the Hearing Protection Act? I didn't see your name on the letter to Congress. Inquiring minds would like to know. And Silencer Central said, as the nation's largest online retailer of suppressors, we're also one of the largest manufacturers. Our commitment to our customer is unwavering, and we support any effort that reduces barriers to make suppressor ownership more accessible. You may notice that is exactly copy-pasted, aside from the last bit of punctuation, which changed from a period to an exclamation point, as their reply up here. Now, if we keep going, so Silencer Central posted a picture of a Gucci-looking gun with one of their suppressors on it. Standard post for a business. Someone commented, you are not posting anything about pushing for Congress to have suppressors deregulated. Considering suppressors are what y'all do, it's clear you must be against this new policy and don't deserve our money. Okay, that is very pointed. That's honestly a little aggressive. Silencer Central replied, our commitment to our customer is unwavering, and we support any effort that reduces barriers to make suppressor ownership more accessible. A little bit shorter than the last one. They just took out the first sentence. It's a bot. It's very possibly a bot. You think that's a little aggressive? No statement at all is not an endorsement. And if we keep going, someone, I heard a nasty rumor, y'all are not supporting the Hearing Protection Act. I sincerely hope that's not true, because it will be very bad for business if we find out you're forking traders. Silencer Central, hey there. Our commitment to our customer is unwavering, and we support any effort that reduces barriers to make suppressor ownership more accessible. Check if there's 5 of the same thing. If there's 5 of what of the same thing? There's a lot of replies. Their comment. Oh, we're still going. We're still going. Don't you worry. And so back to 13 hours ago. Corey E. I'll say it. Silencer Central is lobbying against you. Gay. And they've got a screenshot of someone's post. There's a 2A company actively lobbying against HR 404, which would get suppressors off the NFA. Does anyone know who that company is, if this is actually the case, so we can flame them and hopefully have them shunned from the 2A community? This is our first major push federally to undo years of infringement, and we need to start rallying behind this while we can. VSO released his video on the news without saying names. It's more than likely going to Silencer Shop or one of those companies whose bottom line is made off of NFA. And we already saw Silencer Shop has signed off on some letters. So it's not Silencer Shop. He also in the video confirmed that it is in fact to a company, and this is coming from people on the ground dealing with this. So this post right here, straight up, it's got a screenshot of someone saying, "Does anyone know who it is?" This guy straight up accuses Silencer Central of lobbying against deregulation of suppressors. Silencer Central replied. This was a longer reply. I had to click see more. And they said, as the nation's largest online retailer of suppressors, we're also one of the largest manufacturers. Our commitment to our customer is unwavering, and we support any effort that reduces barriers to make suppressor ownership more accessible. If you have any further questions, please feel free to contact us. And that was in response to a direct accusation. Yep, that's a bot. Keep in mind, all of these have happened over all day. And this keeps going. So here's another person. Doesn't appear there in support. That's on the same post. I'm not going to read it again. I've already read it so many times. And that keeps going. You are lobbying against us. You're done. Same copy paste with very minor changes. Sean Heron. Hey, at Silencer Central. Do you support the HPA? Hearing lots of rumors and would love to hear your full support. As the nation's largest online retailer. So it's just the same bot copy pasta, right? However, if we go back up, they stopped. If it was a bot, just mailing it out to everyone, obviously at some point it's going to stop. But why would it stop exactly at the close of business day for them? I mean, it's just a bot, right? Like if it's a bot that's monitored, like, yeah, okay, it'll stop at the end of business day. But if it's a bot that's monitored and it's putting this copy pasted nonsense under direct accusations that Silencer Central is lobbying against this, then that monitored bot wouldn't be saying those things. Maybe they set it up that way. It could be. It could be they set it up that way. And I hope Silencer Central is not lobbying against this. I hope they're not. I hope I'm wrong. But it doesn't seem to be. I don't think I am. There are a lot of people who are catching on here. Punctuation changing and partial text says copy pasta and not bot to you. See, that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. Because if it was just a bot, it would be verbatim like every time. Except they change it sometimes. It's not exactly the same. And so someone asked about 5. There was, and when I was looking earlier, so this is me. This is another Twitter account that I run. There's 8, at least 8. I grabbed 8 because that's how many fit in 2 posts. Official company statement. The social media guy was told to use. Yeah, that is exactly what it seems like. It seems like corporate approved statements. And it's not looking good. It's not looking good for them. You can teach a bot to do that, by the way. Of course you can teach a bot to vary the message. But if you've got a corporate approved like sentence that is specifically worded to try and sound innocent, you're not going to trust a bot to do any changes at all. When you have to respond to hundreds of idiots, but they weren't responding to hundreds of idiots an hour. They were responding to some here and there. So there were more than 8. I don't know exactly how many there were. I didn't count. Is this the same one as before? Yeah, it's the same one as before. But it's not looking good. Silencer Central is not looking good right now. I do. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I really do. Because Silencer Central, they make some cool stuff that I have almost bought in the past. If it does come out that it is true, that they are actively lobbying against the removal of suppressors from the NFA, well, so much for Silencer Central products. I'm not going to have any. Only 8 replies. They went to copy paste mode. Yeah. It's not looking good. It's not looking good for Silencer Central. Like cigarette companies probably don't want anyone else getting into the market. Yeah, cigarette companies have a very meticulously tailored laws around themselves so that it's nearly impossible for any competitors to break into the cigarette market. Press X for doubt. Yeah, hopefully Silencer Central isn't doing anything terrible. Hopefully they just let a bot run free and it made him look really bad. And they're gonna show up to work tomorrow and be like, oh no, everyone hates us. It was a misunderstanding. But I don't think that's gonna happen. I severely doubt it. King Panzer. I have an 89% chance they're doing bad stuff. Yeah. I mean, Silencer Central, to be perfectly honest, Silencer Central does have some to lose from the deregulation of suppressors. I don't think they have more to lose than Silencer Shop by a long shot. But I do think that Silencer Central suppressors are too expensive for what they are. And I do think that they're cool. I think some of them are pretty neat. But the upcharge on them is ridiculous. And if suppressors are deregulated, then that does open the market for competitors. And while there will be some companies that even after that more open suppressor market, I think will still thrive, selling expensive suppressors. A Silencer Central won't, I don't think. At least not as is now. Remember, all gun companies contracted by the government? It's true. I mean, if there was anyone who would be lobbying, I would expect like Knight's Armament or something. If lobbying records weren't public info, their only path would be to quickly flip and claim oopsie of bad media instruction / bot. But since lobbying records are public, too late. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it turns out. Even if they do go, whoop, oopsie poopsie, we made a mistake, I think that's better than just like letting them continue as is if they're doing something bad. Even if the oopsie is entirely false. on, let's see. All right, so let's go. Let's look at the two main groups. So there's the GOA and this no compromise list. So the no compromise, we have got A3 Industries, Cox Arms, Delta Team Tactical, Disavowed Group, EAA, Fort Scott, Freedom Ordnance, Gideon Optics, Global Defense, High Point, based, KCI, Matador Arms. Very good. I like them. Mindless Intel, MKS, Next Level Armament, Palmetto State, Primary Weapon Systems, Silencer Shop, Stern Defense, Strassel's Machine. That's just another variation of High Point. Titman Arms, Wooks. So that's everyone on the no compromise alliance. And the GOA has Blackout Coffee. They don't even make guns. Ammo Squared, PSA, EOTech, Optics Planet, Matador, Midwest Industries, Omaha Outdoors, Nine Line, Car, Canic, Century, Bryant Bridge Company. I don't even know who some of these people are, chat. RMA, Henry Condition 1, JM4, Global Ordnance, Defender Coffee. They got a lot of coffee companies, I guess. High Point really has finally moved on from assault weapons ban. Did someone over there die / retire? On High Point is doing the Lord's work now. I don't know what happened, but they seem to have gotten over themselves. Let's see. Rifle Dynamics, Global Defensive, Victos, Q is under the GOA one, Faxon, EAA. There's a lot of repeats between these two. Adaball Optics, Stern Defense, Coltac, RTD, Freedom Ordnance, Otter Labs, 80% Arms, Enforce, Lee Armory, X-Tech, Gun Fun. Oh, we're almost done. We're almost done. This list is much longer. I didn't realize this list was this long when I started reading it. Creed Outdoors, Savior Equipment, Prime Armor, Texas Precision, Cali Key, Metgar, Chameleon, Shooter Industries, Southern Trapper, Stand Armory. Those are the two big ones. Those are the two big groups pushing for deregulation. And there were some repeats between those two. So there's some companies that are on both lists. It's like PSA, EAA, Matador, a few others were on both lists. You're actually serious, by the way? Oh, no, I don't know what happened. I mean, the assault weapons ban was a long time ago. And I'm sure a lot of restructuring and change of power has happened since then. But I don't know what specifically caused it. I honestly, whatever company is going to come out and swing, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. There are, and I don't know if they're on another list or if they're just taking a sideline, not doing anything. The companies that aren't on those lists: Silencer Central, Ruger, Glock, I don't think Glock has any horses in the game. They just sell pistols, but King Panzer. They just want everyone to be in the NFA so they can make the government make money. Oh my goodness, there's no punctuation in this. The NFA, so they can make the government make money. That way also be used as shadow money and be spent on useless spending stuff like that when founding in Doge. What? Maybe? I don't... Huh? Doge? I don't think this has anything to do with Doge. I could be wrong, but I don't think this has anything to do with Doge. Like all the useless spending we found in Doge? I don't know, maybe. Yeah, I don't know, chat. Go and politely ask all of your favorite gun companies on Twitter if they aren't already on one of the lists or haven't already submitted their own statement supporting the deregulation of these NFA items. Go, politely ask them on social medias. Like, hey, by the way, support this. And then just like every single one of their posts. Every single one. Like, I don't know, companies like HK, companies like Glock. I don't think they're gonna do anything. Tom Deeb, the founder, died March 21st, 2016. That'd do it. That'd do it. That'll change a company very fast. The founder dying and no longer being in charge. All right, let's real quick. Let's real quick. We're gonna watch this video. This is one of the videos that Silencer Central commented under with the corporate jargon. We already have a hard enough time convincing HK to make the guns we want here. Yeah, I don't think HK really has a horse in the game. But if HK USA could sell short-barreled rifles, if HK USA could sell a short-barrel MR556, that'd be pretty cool. That'd be pretty neat. All right, this is a 2-minute video. We're gonna see what it says.
Halfway point, P-brake, a little bit of gas. Got some breaking news for you as I'm trying not to get run over. This place is a madhouse, always. Hearing Protection Act, not dead yet. We have put so much pressure on. You have called so many representatives. You have called the House Ways and Means Committee so much. You've hit them so much.
This is true. This this is true. I have seen people commenting, posting on X that they were having a hard time getting through to the Ways and Means Committee because the phone lines were full. Which is awesome, first of all. By the way, that's literally beautiful.
On Twitter, that they are feeling the pressure. Stay on them. There is a chance. Right now, the House Ways and Means Committee is considering reopening the bill to put the full version of the Hearing Protection Act in the bill. You heard me right. You've put so much pressure on them. They are considering to buckling to the American people and doing...
Buckling to the American people? You mean listening to the people who they're supposed to represent this whole time? But yes.
The job they were hired for and holding true to their campaign promises. We have not lost yet. Stay on them. I'll re-put the numbers in the description once I'm done going live here, but I wanted to take an opportunity to let you know. Hit them hard on their phones, hit them hard on their socials right now. The House Ways and Means Committee, especially Jason Smith, he's the chairman, especially David Kustoff, he's the coward from here in Tennessee, over the hills that way.
Looks
we need
around.
to stay on them, guys. We are that close. This is the closest we'll ever get, probably in this generation.
So I have been absolutely. If you follow my more, like, I guess, like, Gunsy account instead of my VTuber account, I have been commenting and, like, adding all the representatives that have anything to do with the Ways and Means Committee. Particularly the ones from Texas, because I am from Texas. So I gotta throw everything in there. And if it does go through, if some absolute miracle from heaven happens, and you called or you bothered them on social media, it's your fault. It's thanks to you.
There's still some irons in the fire for this go-round, but if we can get the House Ways and Means Committee to put the full version back in, things are looking good. So what I can say without saying what I can say. So call them right now, get on it. You guys and gals have been doing a hell of a job. The power is in our hands, we the people. Get after it. Take care. Pass this along, share it. We need everybody to know this information. Seriously, get everybody who has a gun, who wants to buy a can, who has a can, get them on here and start tagging your favorite suppressor company and ask them where they stand on this too. All right, guys.
At Silencer Central, where are you at? I don't remember who I pinged. I think it was like GSL and Zostava USA.
Get after it.
Yeah, we're not giving up yet. But knowing that they're bothered, that they're annoyed, is actually perfect. It means you got to keep going. Yeah, it was. It was GSL and Zastava who I pinged. I added to try and get them to sign on to one of the lists. I don't know if they will. Neither of them is particularly active on X. It was also kind of late in the day when I did it, so who knows? I might have gotten on after their social media guy had already logged out. Yeah, chat. Even though the $200 part has gone through so far, got to push the rest of it through. And even if, chat, even if your representative has a history of not being particularly pro-gun, still give them a call. Still tell them that they should be supporting these things. Because there's a lot of things like this that are passed because a couple people from the other side crossed over and voted across party lines. Now to work on California politicians to remove cans from state level ban. That would be very good. It would also be much easier if they were just treated as not NFA items federally. And Derez, hi everyone, hope all is well. Things are going, you know. We're being annoying to politicians, hopefully. I'm being annoying to politicians, at least.
Mao gifted a tier 1 subscription to King Punter 303.
Mao, thank you for the gift sub. Oh, am I yawning right now? It's almost like it's late. But Mao, thank you. Thank you for the gift sub. And congratulations, King Panzer, on sub. Yeah, so chat, annoy your representatives. Annoy the Ways and Means Committee.
Ma Urkali gifted a tier 1 subscription to Not the Bat.
Not the Bat. Thank you again. Thank you for a second gift sub. Mal carrying to stream today.
Ma Urkali gifted a tier 1 subscription to Megalon VT.
Mouse sniping everyone. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Why? What are you doing? Why are you doing it? So if we go through my replies, this is me. This is me, by the way. Gun giveaway tracker guy is in fact myself. You can tell because it says so in the bio. Do you know the call times for the ways and means? When I called them last time, it was about 2 in the afternoon Central Time. It's like middle of the day-ish. I don't know exactly what their hours are, though. Am I wrong to think there's too much money to be made in tax stamps? And they won't ever remove those from the NFA? No! What are you doing?
A tier 1 subscription to war_low-dr.
Thank you. Thank you for the gift sub again. So I think on the face, you are not incorrect. So there is, if you look at it like from the outside in, it does look like there is a lot of money that is made through the $200 tax stamp. Because it's, $200 for every single tax stamp. But, and don't get me wrong, there's a lot of NFA items. That tax stamp, it does add up to what seems to be a lot of money. However, compared to the federal government's overall budget, because the ATF tax stamp doesn't go directly like straight back into the ATF. It just goes into just like general like treasury fund. And compared to the rest of the budget, that little bit is approximately like nothing. It's around 2 p.m. Central is a good time to call. That's when I got through. So the first time I called, like, I guess the time before the time that I did get through, I called the day before at like 4 p.m. It's 4 or 5 p.m. Central. I don't remember which one, I'm gonna be honest. It was 4 or 5 p.m. Central. And I did not get through that time. Which I don't know if their phones were too busy because it's closer to the the evening and more people were getting off work, more people were able to call, or if they were already closed. Either one of those is a possibility. And I don't know which one was which.
An anonymous user gifted 1 subscriptions to the community.
Anonymous. Thank you for the gift sub. Is that Mao again? Congratulations, Vantamaga. Now we got a hype train, scam train. You no longer do anon gifts, at least on your channel. That's true. There were like the last like 4. It was 4. First of all, thank you very much. Thank you very much for the 4, and anonymous for the 1. Very much appreciated.
Ma Kali gifted 5 subscriptions to the community.
Now! What are you doing? This 9! So much money! Thank you. Mao got paid today for sure. For sure, Mao got paid today. Thank you for all the gift subs. Private sales. Private sales. Selling stuff under the table. Does this watching ads also help? Or is it not like you? Yeah, so watching ads, it does help. But it is almost negligible. Watching ads is particularly for small streamers like myself. Like if you're up at like Asmon gold levels, you start raking in ad money. But for small streamers, ad revenue is pretty negligible, honestly. I run ads at the minimum amount in order to not get pre-roll ads. So the how often I run ads is as little as possible to just not have pre-rolls. Dedicated subs helps provide more to count. Yeah, so subs, if you tuned in and you watched every single stream from start to finish every single day I streamed for a month, it would not generate even close to as much just like pure revenue as a sub does. Which like it's I'll be honest, it's a little weird to talk about it in like pure money terms. Because there is more than that. Providing the sub also, you know, it just like straight shows support. Both for like straight to me. And also you get the emotes to use in other people's channels. Which is like little mini ads, I guess, in other people's channels when you use them. Speaking of using emotes, I need to actually get new emotes, since those emotes are from the last X-Count model iteration. I'll get around to it eventually. King Panzer, good night. Everybody, you're ahead. Have fun, good topic. Learned quite a bit. All right, good night. I'm glad that you learned something. I kind of feel like I just kind of ramble nonsense sometimes. Mao, is emotes in every channel participating in? I use emotes when I'm like sitting down, like watching. A lot of the time when I'm watching other people's stuff though is unfortunately like I'm like up around doing stuff and just an audio only listener. I do like using emotes in chats though. I just wish I could more. Are we doing a watch along sometime? And have a day notice so we can schedule our busy days? Maybe sometime. When I actually... So probably I'm gonna try to like next week make it like a real schedule for next week. And once we start getting like an actual like weekly schedule down, then that makes planning things like a watch along or even like collabs and stuff much easier. Gate? I still need to watch Gate. I haven't seen Gate yet. Gate would probably be a multi-day watch along. Because it is a whole season. Have I seen Jormungandr? Jormungandr is so good. I love that one. The first season was better than the second, but it's still good. Gate is guilty play. Both available seasons. Oh, there's 2 seasons of Gate? I thought there was only 1. I don't know. I've tried to watch Gate before, but I don't know where to watch Gate legally. Legally? Yes, legally. What do you think I'm out here sailing the 7 seas as a pirate for my media? I pay for Crunchyroll, and it's not there. I guess I have the internet right here. Gate. Hulu. Ugh. It looks like it used to be on Crunchyroll, but it was taken off. I don't know. I don't know where it is. It's only in Japanese from where you watch. That's okay. Sub is superior anyways. What about classic? That is Black Lagoon. I need to watch that one as well, actually. I need to watch this, honestly. My anime that I need to watch list is so long. And I need to get to it. Just gotta crank out a bunch of anime. I haven't watched Black Lagoon. I have not watched Black Lagoon. Infantry. I've seen a lot of clips from Black Lagoon. I just haven't watched it. It looks very good. It's on my things to watch list. I haven't gotten to it yet. My plan to watch list has 40 anime on it. That's a lot. Oh, Golgo 13? That one looks pretty good too. Is there a trailer for that one we can watch? Video blocked in my region? We'll stop it. I just want to see the trailer. Bro. Region lock. Region lock is the worst. Hang on, we can... Hold on. It's on YouTube! It's on YouTube! Well, Chad, it's good knowing you. '60s. That was '80s. That was '80s. Well, so much for that VOD. There goes that VOD. RIP. Rest in peace, VOD. There it goes. Man. Oh well. It's gone forever. Not really. It'll be on YouTube. You just gotta just gotta cut a little bit out there. Well, I guess if it's going on YouTube, like that video is on YouTube, it should be fine on YouTube. It's artistic. Rip VOD. Rest in peace, VOD. It'll be back on YouTube. Probably. If I remember. Yeah, so it looks like a pretty good movie. It definitely kind of generic action movie kind of thing. As you can tell by the guy who assembles an M16 out of a duffel bag. It was plot intensive. It's very plot intensive, for sure. It was very plot intensive. All right. All right. What were we talking about? Oh yes, that's what we're talking about. Bothering your representatives. Bothering your representatives, chat. I've been bothering many representatives. Also just doing other nonsense things. What happened to the HPA and the short neck, Jason? Jason, what happened to them? Jason? Crickets. Crickets. Oh my goodness. Oh my, look at that thumbnail. That is a thumbnail. I need to get this good at making thumbnails. Oh my goodness. That is that is a piece of work right there. It's a mighty fine hand. Yeah, look at the nice modeling on this hand. Look, it's even got veins on the wrist. It's a very well modeled hand. To get California politicians to support pro-gun items. Extreme mode. Yeah, Mao is playing on extreme difficulty. So what are the Doom difficulties? Like Nightmare? Ultra Violence? Ultra Nightmare. Mao is playing on Ultra Nightmare mode. Yeah, trying to get California politicians to vote for a pro-gun thing. Ultra Nightmare difficulty. I believe, though. If anyone can do it, it's Mao. How long's it's been 2.5 hours already? 2.5 hour stream already. It's been like yapping. Been yapping the whole time. Fellow California. Now both of you can play an Ultra Nightmare talking to politicians mode. It's hell over here? Yeah. Definitely. California gun laws. Very rough. 3 Californians. It's a lot of Californians, just purely like as a percentage. Wonky grip. Yeah, the California wonky grips. Excuse me. The featureless rifles. Absolutely disgusting. It doesn't exist. No guns. I don't know. Was there... I think Staccato, right? Staccato got a gun on the California roster. How do you spell staccato? There it is. 4th time's the charm. Yeah, there it is. The Staccato HDP4, now on California handgun roster. Wowee. They added 44 Magnum Desert Eagle. Nice. Whenever I get around to getting a Desert Eagle, it'll probably be 44 Magnum. Staccato, end of May, for $2,700. That's a lot of money. That hurts. Staccato does give, if I remember correctly, pretty steep discounts to like law enforcement and veterans. I could be wrong. I think that's correct though. Plague Doctor. Rack time for you. Rack time. Going to the gym. Nice. Go to the gym. Get swole. Check placements of sight and red dot on the Staccato HDP4. HDP4. That's... I think I've seen this before. Oh my goodness. It's expensive. Holy. For real, Staccato would only send models that were sold only to California verified law enforcement officers. Sounds right. The optics plate doesn't seem terrible, honestly. Like the optics plate, with the optic being as far back as it possibly could be. Like that by itself isn't awful. But without the optic back there, yeah, it looks real bad. See, with the optic, that looks okay. See what else can we throw on there? I'm gonna play gun builder. It's like dress up. The Aimpoint Acro mailbox. So like with a sight on it, that doesn't look too bad. With no sight, that looks atrocious. Too poor to be looking at this. Well, it's only $3,500 for a slightly above average 2011. That is with the red dot though. I don't know if we're talking about 2011s. If we're talking about 2011s though, there's a new 2011 on the market. And honestly, it's one of the first 2011s I've had any interest in at all. It also comes with 3 10-round mags, and the mags are Glock spec, aka Magpul Glock mags. Gross. Ew. New 2011. There's a new 2011, which by itself, whatever. There's a new 2011 coming out like every week. This one, however, is from Bursa. The new Bursa 2011. And it actually like looks pretty good. Like, oh, look at those lines. Like that is a good looking gun right there. Yo, Bursa 2011. Yeah. Bursa 2011. The Bursa MX2i. And it actually looks good. Comes in stainless and black, but obviously stainless looks better. It's the black one. The black one does still look pretty good. Stainless is solid. And stainless is very solid. A two-tone might go pretty hard. I don't know if they make a two-tone though. They've only got the black and the stainless on their website. The stainless is hot. The stainless is pretty hot. Like it's got, like look at how nice all those lines line up. Like just the pure like aesthetic design of this, I like a lot. Especially that front end. That front end, ooh, that's nice. Yeah, so new Bursa 2011 hitting the market. I haven't been in the market for 2011, but MSRP $1,479. Market price of, I don't know, are these on the market? Bursa M2XI. Midwest Gunworks apparently has them. Oh, sold out. That's the black one. Stainless. I need stainless. Let's see, who's got it? Who's got it? Vizard's Gun and Ammo. I don't like the sound of that. Out of stock. No, it's just out of stock everywhere. Apparently, I don't know if they either got some in and already sold them, or if they are planning on getting them in. But it looks like they're going to be going for 1100-ish. 11 to 1200. Which, for a 2011, is very good. For a 2011 that actually looks fire, that's pretty good. I really like the look of this. I don't know why this one tickles my tism more than other ones, but it sure does. Sure does. I don't think it comes with the optic, though. If it comes with the optic, huge. But I doubt it does. Versa M2XI, something you'd grab. It looks pretty cool. They did it right. Looks pretty good. The one disappointing part about the Versa 2011 for me, this might sound a little strange. I wish they were still made in Argentina. I wish this gun was made in Argentina and imported. But it is in fact made in the US. So Bursa USA, yeah, it is Bursa USA, manufactured in the United States, which honestly probably just means that this lower frame is manufactured in the US and they import the rest of the parts. I don't know. I don't know. That's probably the case, but maybe not. I don't know when it's actually like going to be released to the market for sale. But it looks pretty cool. All right, hold on. Let me catch up on chat. I got a little distracted. Stainless is hot. Makes me feel less poor than the staccato. Yeah, staccato is made to make you feel like a poor. There's a rep for a 2011 made on the 320 chassis that came to a shop a few weeks ago. The 320 2011. I think usually companies refer to that as a 3011, right? Made in Nevada. And the rep mentioned that even the R&D guys for the company were pushing for Cali models. OA Defense. OA Defense guns look very extra. There's a lot going on here. Firearms. 2311. Oh. I think I called it the 3011. 2311. It looks very almost like spacey. I'm gonna be honest. I like the look of the Bursa 2011 better. How much these cost? MSRP $31.49 to $32.99. We're back in making me feel poor territory. Oh my goodness. These prices give me the T-Sauce Raider. So you can dual wield. What am I looking? What am I looking at? Manufacturers count of pistols between 25 and 32 calibers went from 56,226 in 2021, 115,382 in 2022, then back to 46,189 in 2023. Oh, 30 Super Carry was in the middle? Yeah, 30 Super Carry died fast. Ooh. Ooh, I don't like that at all. This looks weird. Go back. Huh? That one's a little better. I don't like that. That looks weird. Actually, feeling grips on 2311 was really good. It better feel good. All that ugliness better be made up for in ergonomics when you're actually holding it. Goodness sakes. Looks weird, does not feel bad. Personally, it did feel pretty comfortable. It does look so weird. They make a compact version? This one's going to look even weirder. Oh? That one actually looks better. That usually doesn't happen when you go to a compact. What about just the standard version? It's this bottom piece right here. It's this bottom piece that's really doing it for me. This like super weird foot on it. I don't like it. I don't like that. That's ugly. Also, the stat intended for counting 32 ACP now includes 308 and 300 blackout pistols, which is hilarious. I mean, 30 caliber. Clearly a 308 Century imported roller delay HK clone is the same thing as a 32 ACP. Like, I don't know, Saturday Night Special gun. Is that a Vortex red dot in the picture at the top? In this one? That doesn't look like a Vortex. I don't know what it is, though. Oh, it's a loophole. It's a loophole. What was their other one? 23 compact. Hold on. Go back to the Elite. Okay, so the Elite definitely looks the best. And then behind that's the compact. Looks the best. The other ones are ugly. The other ones are ugly. Oh, this one? Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a Vortex. What is it? The Vortex Defender? Is that their red dot? I don't know. I don't know my Vortex optics. That optic does not fit on that gun though. Look at the riser. They've got this thing on a riser, I think. Maybe that's just a super thick red dot. Now it can barely keep up with all the pistol optics. Compact. Okay, so it's the Pro and the Elite have Vortex on them. Those any good? Only red dot I have experience with is EOTech, Trigicon, and Holosun. I don't know. I don't have any experience with those specifically. My Vortex, like 3X Prism, is pretty nice. An EOTech and a red dot. Yeah, it's the site you look through. Now Vortex has a very good warranty. Oh, I guess I also have Vortex on my Christensen. That's the Vortex Viper, the Vortex Viper PST. I think that's right. And Vortex optics are they're pretty good. They're pretty decent. The big selling point for Vortex is the warranty, though. A very good warranty on Vortex stuff. It's basically like a no questions asked lifetime warranty. Not quite like that, but it is pretty close. Only had experience with SIG Sightmark Holosun. How do you like the SIG? Oh, I hate the SIG red dots. Particularly the SIG little like micro red dots that they put on the carry guns. I hate those ones so much. Obviously, it's mostly personal preference, but they're gross and I don't like them. Vortex has a very wide range of quality in their products line these days. I guess that's probably true. I only have a select few of their products. One of them is probably not from these days. My Vortex 3X is pretty old now. All right, chat. The Bursa 2011 though looks pretty good. Hang on. We have video.
Hey everybody, here Gunbroker at the Bursa USA booth, checking out the M2XI.
Yo, look at this guy's mustache. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This guy should be running a saloon with that mustache. Oh my goodness.
This is a new double stack pistol from Bursa for 2025. Got a lot of cool features. We got a 416 stainless slide and barrel. The barrel is a 5-inch bull match barrel. We also have a skeletonized trigger, an extended beaver tail, ambi safeties, of course. We have an extended slide release, slide stop on this side for getting those good reloads in. It has the high comfort polymer grip and the flared mag well. Another couple of cool features, it is cut for the Holosun K.
I'm not a huge fan of these like high comfort polymer grips. And maybe it's because I haven't given them enough of a chance. but I'd rather the metal just went down into the grip.
And it is cut real nice and low, so you get that true co-witness that you're looking for. And we also have the tritium front sight with the traditional U-notch rear sight. We also got the full-length dust cover with the Picatinny rail and a full-length guide rod. For more information on the Bursa USA M2XI, be sure you check out bursausa.com. And if you're looking to pick one up for yourself, always put that in the search.
Coming soon. When is it coming? Tell me. Tell me when it's going to come so I can be ready. MSRP $14.79. Looks like street price is going to be $1,100 to $1,200. I know people swear by the Vortex Razor HD though. Yes, very good. They're very good. Similar to Springfield. Yeah, so the Springfield Prodigy? I think, is it the Echelon or the Prodigy? The Prodigy is their 2011. Weight, 30 ounces. Not the bat. I'm annoyed that the double stack Bursa Thunder does not have a threaded option. Only single stack does. Can you change the barrel between the two? So so can you buy both? Put the barrel from the single stack threaded one into the double stack one, and then just sell the single stack with no threaded barrel? Or I guess just buy the threaded barrel separately. Possibly. I've considered buying both and trying. It might also be worth giving Bursa a call, be like, hey, will you sell me the threaded barrel? Because Bursa's not a huge company, so they might actually do it. Barrel not available, at least not listed anywhere. Yeah, you'd probably have to call them. Now, there's quite a few companies that'll sell you pieces if you call them. I think honestly, even
Lalo___ just traded with
Lalo.
4 viewers.
Welcome Layla, welcome Raiders. How's it going? I mean, even companies like Beretta will sometimes sell you parts that aren't listed places if you call them, and they have them. Layla, welcome. How was stream? How was Medal of Honor? Did you win? Were you winning? Yes, hello Raiders. For those who don't know me, I am the X-Count. Well, currently the X-Countess. Vampire VTuber. Guns things. Today we have been talking quite a bit about politics. We've been talking quite a bit about the Hearing Protection Act I almost said the Hearing Suppression Act, but that's what shooting without a suppressor does. Suppresses your hearing. Yeah, so a quick TLDR for anyone who's new to here. Hearing Protection Act would remove suppressors from being regulated as NFA items. Currently, in the House of Representatives, there is a castrated version of the Hearing Protection Act that would not remove them from the NFA. But Mao
Mao gifted a tier 1 subscription to Lalo_and_Ascore.
Also, Mao's going crazy today. Gotta include that in the TLDR. Obviously, there's a castrated version of the Hearing Protection Act currently hanging out in the House, but there have been so many people contacting, calling, and hitting them up on social media, the representatives, that there is a non-zero chance that they send the bill back to the Ways and Means Committee so they can fix or maybe unfix the Hearing Protection Act. So, chat, if you have a couple minutes tomorrow or the next day or the day after that, go ahead and give your representatives a call. Be like, hey, I am full legal name. I live in your district and you are my representative to represent my wishes. And I wish for the Hearing Protection Act as it was written. If you put the aura in there at the end of your call, I think that makes it more effective. Oh, that was the aura extended. Oh no. Oh, I just gave out a free aura. Oishii ni miemasu. There you go. There's your extended aura. The extended aura. That's the TLDR of what we've been talking about today. We've also been talking about potential traitor companies who have been working against the Hearing Protection Act. Silencer Central is looking pretty bad right now. I will be calling my representative tomorrow and complaining / requesting about the Hearing Protection Act. Because I don't even think that suppressors should be regulated at all, as they are just a muzzle attachment. No different than a flash hider. Removing them from the NFA, though, would be huge. Imagine regulating a car muffler. I mean, a suppressor and a car muffler are basically the same thing. If you had a thread adapter, you can put a car muffler on your gun and have it act like a suppressor. Call your representatives right now. Make them delirious from lack of sleep. Okay, maybe don't call them right now because it'll just go to their answering machine. And then you can leave messages. I changed my mind. Call them right now, leave messages, and then call them again tomorrow when they're awake. Also, annoy them on social media. Mount hopping off to sleep. Could have a good sleep. Good night. Sleep well. Yo, beaches. You got my message? No? Well. Yes, exactly like that. Except maybe don't curse at your representative. Even if you think they might deserve it. Because that'll just make them angry. You have to be as respectful as you possibly can muster. Which I know is difficult when you're dealing with politicians. Because politicians are just barely people. Alright, chat. I'm gonna be honest. I also am getting pretty tired. I don't know if you can hear it, but I have been fighting a bit of a sickness. I don't think you can hear it. I don't think so. So it's a little bit of a shorter stream. I'm sorry for ending a little bit closer. A little earlier. Too close to the raid. Picnics. I live in Illinois. They don't care here. That just means you're playing on higher difficulty. I said this earlier. There are a lot of bills that get passed only because there are a few people who cross party lines to vote. So, even though you think your politicians or your representatives have little to no chance, still try. That means you can bother them even more because they'll be bothered faster. Still bother them. Still bother them. You're playing on higher difficulty, but it's more impressive if you get a result. Why do politicians have $1 billion home on a 6-figure career? Why do they have a 6-figure career? Is the real question. Problem is, the party in charge has supermajority, so they don't care what anyone says. But so currently, the Hearing Protection Act is a federal thing. And so whatever your House representative is, or I guess Senate representative, if you want to go bigger a little bit, is different than state stuff. Obviously, state stuff is still a battle that has to be fought at some point. However, but if suppressors are not NFA items. They're just another standard firearm, which is what the Hearing Protection Act is trying to do in its non-castrated version that's currently trying to get through. It gets a lot easier to fight the state in courts to allow it. They also passed a ban on any rifle with one feature or more. One feature or more? More than one feature? I don't know Illinois laws. Thankfully, I don't live in Illinois. I'm sorry that you have to deal with Illinois laws. Hopefully it gets better. Illinois is bad, makes California somewhat okay. I don't know if California is somewhat okay, but there are states that are giving California a run for their money. I think California gets a lot of the attention because they're so big, such a big population. They get a lot of the attention of all the various pro-gun organizations just because of the sheer size of California. We got ads. We got ads. I guess a lot less people have ads now, thanks to Mao today. W Mao. Yeah, Mao came in swinging today. Ads, yeah, ads are currently going. I'm tired. My brain is slowing. It's slowing down. I didn't sleep very well last night either. I don't know why. It just took friggin' forever for me to fall asleep last night. Rest? No, never rest. If we keep streaming, and eventually we'll get to the sleep deprived nonsensical rambling. That'd be fun, right? Right? I mean, the VOD's already gone anyways, so. Picnics. Tried to move out. The cost is crazy. My dad has to pay $5 grand for half an acre of property. Bleeding us dry. Oof. That's rough. If you, I mean, obviously, if you move out, you need a job somewhere. But moving out, like, I don't know. There's a lot of places to go. If you're just looking for like low property values, you know, like the Carolinas, I think are pretty good. I think like Mississippi is pretty good. Except then you have to live in Mississippi. Louisiana? I think Louisiana's good. Make off-grid living legal again. Imagine being entirely self-sufficient off the grid. Not even connected to like the power grid, phone lines, not connected to water supply, nothing. Entirely self-sufficient, self-reliant. But also with no income, and you get kicked out of your house because you can't pay the government rent to live on your property. It's property tax. Property tax is just paying the government rent for something you already paid for. The thing is, states around us pay less than a quarter property tax. That's very little. All right, chat. I am slowing down. I'm slowing down. I am struggling here. It is, oh my god, my brain is gonna fry itself. So we are we are going to be ending here. We are going to raid out. What do we raid today? Less than a quarter of 5 grand. If that needs to be a quarter of 5 grand. So like a grand and a quarter. $1,250. That's a quarter of a grand. All right, raid target. Raid target. Who are we raiding? Who we raiding, chat? Let's raid. Let's raid. You're raiding your bed. I'm gonna be raiding my bed pretty quick. We're going to raid Grimmy. We're gonna raid Grimmy. Grimmy is currently playing... What is she currently playing? Oh, she's currently in BRB. It looks like she's gonna be playing Lies of P as soon as she gets back. So we're raiding Grimmy. Grimmy, very cool, like comfy horror VTuber. She talked saying she bought a gun. Yeah, Grimmy does own gun. I don't know what kind. If someone has a clip of her talking about her gun, please send it to me. But yes, I will be back. Today is Wednesday. I should be back tomorrow, I think. Yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. So grab yourself a raid message. There's a raid message for both subscriber and non-subscribers. So, until next time, I will see you all next time. Thank you for stopping by today. I appreciate you all very much. Remember to bother politicians. And I will see you all tomorrow. Bye.